Okay. Seoul, South Korea, December 19th, 1988, evening. At 9:55, the faculty rooms were empty. As the minute hand drew to within 5 minutes of 10, teachers began entering the smoking room. Katie bustled in first. She dropped a pile of books and folders onto her desk. She fell into her chair, flinging a string bean leg over the arm. She lit a cigarette. Can you see this cigarette?
Read your book.
Taking a long drag. She looked over at Nelson as he walked in. She blew the smoke at as she watched him pull his pack of cigarettes out of his shirt pocket. In his hand were 3 crayons. Jesus, she said. I don't know how y'all teach a class with no books. If you must use all, use it correctly. It's a plural pronoun, on singular. He lit his cigarette. I'll vouch for that. I was teaching, must be, could be, might be. He takes a parsimonious drag. Ostentatiously unlocks his desk, throws the crayons in, which produces a hollow clang. Whine. You must be crazy. I might be. He picks up his coat off the rack. As he does so, Sam swaggers in. He's wearing an expensive jacket and tie as usual. He lifted one foot onto the arm of his chair and started polishing his shoe. What a fucking class, he announced. Right behind him, Patsy ducks in, a cigarette already between her lips. Hey, Joycey, a drink with the Italian stallion? Not tonight, Sammy. I've got to dust the fringe on my couch. She jams herself into her coat, wrapping the long muffler tightly around her neck. Besides, I don't want to be out in this fucking cold any longer than necessary. So long. She turns at the door. Oh, if anybody sees Lonnie Lester, tell her she'll get the fucking report when it's ready. I don't do nothing half-assed, and I ain't about to start now, just to please her ass. Tugging her hat over her rust-colored hair, she swirled out. Still with the cigarette. Night, Robin. Her voice came back from the hall. Good night, Patsy, he called back as he entered the room. He pulled at the neck of his turtleneck sweater. Egad, he said, they keep the bloody classroom so hot. Hey, bud, what do you say to a little local action tonight? A little local hot action tonight, man? Sam asked him, lighting the cool. No, I can't, really, answered Robin distractedly. I left all these papers to be graded, and I promised the students I'll have them returned by tomorrow. Okay, well, so much for you. Well, I'll leave the door unlatched for you, shall I? By this time, Kate had finished her cigarette. Pressing her cigarette out, she swung her leg around and stood. I'm with you, Sammy. Let's go drink us a couple of cold ones. The dog will work out on there. It's part of the story. At that moment, Nelson locked up his desk with a click. Quack! Whistling, he put on his coat, muffler, hat, and gloves. "Good night, all," he said, and left. "Yes, Robin, have the door off the chain," said Katie, pushing her books in a folder into the file drawer. "I intend to have several. Come on, Sam." Sam was all ready to go. Katie simply grabbed her things off the hook and stormed out the door. Sam turned and bowed elaborately to Robin and Nelson. As he did so, his butt hit Lonnie Lester as she was behind him. "Good night, gentlemen," he said, unnoticing, and disappeared. Lonnie gave an exasperated look over her shoulder, then pointed at the clock, which now read 10:01 and a half. 10:01 and 30 seconds, she noted, with her typical precision. "I don't suppose it occurs to anyone to actually end their class at 10 o'clock. "Not to anyone but you," said Robin sardonically. "Obviously." "By the way," said Nelson, "Patsy said to go hang and report up your ass." "Who the hell does she think she is?" groused Lonnie. "Hey, who died and made you queen?" came a voice from behind him. "Eddie, Patsy's apartment mate." Eddie, the token black, as she called herself, introduced herself to students that way, then explained the term. A gray-haired grandmother of 45, she was the senior member of the subgroup. "I take no guff," could have been her motto. "Who?" came another voice. "Mary Quick, Lonnie Lester's apartment mate." Pallid, with pop eyes and lank dark hair, she looked sort of like a Betty Davis, young, but without charisma, and also there to her chin. "Who what?" drawled another voice behind her. A head full of a flaming red basket of hair, a mouth full of blindingly white Jimmy Carter teeth. "Good night, all," said Nelson, wrapping himself up deliberately. "Good night," they chorused. "Well, I'm out of here," said Lonnie. She locked her desk, took her hat and coat, and left. "Bye," they chorused. Eddie had by now finished up her careful arrangement of books and folders into neat piles on her desk. She laid a red pen across the top of her papers, bundled herself up. As she lit up a cigarette, she asked, "Did you girls have a nice time this weekend?" "In Soraxon? Oh, yes, it was gorgeous," enthused Beverly. "A little cold," said Mary Quick. "A little," said Beverly. "Well, granted, I've only been here a month and a half, but I'd say Korea's my idea of hell as far as cold goes." "Huh. Doesn't mean a damn thing to somebody from Chicago," sniffed Etta. "See you all tomorrow." "So long," they chorused. "Well, I'm going to go home and finish my letter to Hirohiko," said Beverly, having distributed various papers into various drawers. "Anybody going my way?" "Yeah," said Robin, pushing himself up out of his chair. He removed Beverly's jacket from the rack and held it for her while she wriggled into the sleeves. "Coming quick?" he asked. "No," she said. "I haven't even got my classes planned for tomorrow. I've got 1,000,000 copies to make." Well then, Pa, said Robin. Ciao, said Quick, pulling out a pile of papers, drawing the ashtray closer. Oh, said Robin, if the Barbies make an appearance, tell them we can do that class together. There were 2 desks that night that had not seen their occupants, the desks of Deanie and Bess. They were roommates, Mormon, known as the Barbies, and indeed they were leggy, shapely, and lovely. Right, said Quick. Bye, said Beverly. Robin and Beverly left. In came Sir. Forget it, she said, apropos of nothing. Ah, Quick, she said.